It is Tuesday once again. Oh, I'm a minute early this time. I started my countdown a little bit early, it seems. But I'm here and we wait for the gang. I think I actually finally have it set up where I could correctly play my sound effects, but not my muffled voices and stuff. Now we wait. What is going on tonight? It is the big Captain America, Brave New World, the Chris B, what's up? It is February. The Cap premiere is tonight. I wish I was invited to a Captain America premiere or any Marvel premiere, but someone who knows someone has said that it is pretty good and the review should be good. So that's good because I want to watch an enjoyable good movie. I think we all do. How's your night going, Chris? Mm-mm-mm. Don't know why my console giveaway graphic hasn't updated, but Chris, I still don't know how I feel about Brave New World or Thunderbolts yet. The Thunderbolts trailer that they premiered during the Super Bowl got me more hype than the Cap trailer, the Fantastic Four teaser, and the Superman trailer. That the Thunderbolts, like the Cap, Superman, and Fantastic Four, I just have like built in wanting to go see them, right? I want to see them. But the Thunderbolts trailer made me feel like it's been a while since a trailer made me feel excited for something. But we'll see. We'll see. Chris did like the Jefferson Starship song. That was, yeah, they're using some pretty cool music. And I feel like they're hiding a lot for sure. Um, I don't know much about Century, but it was crazy to see him turning people into like shadows, basically. Kind of like what happens when there's like nuclear blasts and you could see like the outline of the person who died. Like that was crazy. Oh, it did update now. 4240. I think that is where I'm at now. Yep. So it took about 5 minutes for it to update. Sorry, I'm just like checking my own stuff. The console giveaway graphic just takes a little bit to update. Oh, yep, I'm at 4,240. I don't know if you've seen Chris. Actually, the kind assassin gave me the idea. Every day I'm posting a short. So right now it's like my favorite moments from every Marvel movie. So I'm just going in order every day. So that gives me like 25 days of content. Once I'm done with that, I'm probably going to just do like random movies, like my favorite part of Goonies, my favorite part of this. Cause I like doing it. It's fun. And it also takes like 2 minutes to do. The hardest part is just finding the footage, but I like it. So I'll do the MCU and then I'll probably do maybe Star Wars after that. Um, I could do the Deadpools, even though the first one's technically not in the MCU, but it's fun. It's a fun little thing to do. And I think I've gotten a lot of my newer subs from my shorts. So we'll see. But Spider-Man drops 3 episodes tomorrow, and then there's another episode of Invincible. There's a lot of TV. Kira's here. Kira says, wish Steven Yeun was going to be that Superman character in the Thunderbolts movie, but either he backed away from it or they wanted to use that Caucasian dude who I don't know from Adam. He was not able to do it, I think, because of Invincible or some other movie. Like, he was signed on to do it, and then he had to drop out because I think the filming might have got pushed and he couldn't do it, but that would have been dope. It would have been crazy to see him as kind of like two crazy superheroes, like him as Invincible and him as Sentry. That would have been dope. but I think this is Bill Pullman's son. I gotta double check that. I think his last name is Pullman. Actor playing Sentry. Lewis Pullman. Lewis. Lewis Pullman. Let's see. Parents. Yep, his dad is Bill Pullman. So the guy who plays Sentry is in the new Salem's Lot. He's in Top Gun Maverick. He's in Bad Times at the El Royale. He's in Lessons in Chemistry. What else? That's all I've heard of that he's in. I don't remember him in Bad Times at the El Royale. I saw that movie. Who does he play in that? I love that movie. I got to get that on 4K. Lewis Pullman plays Miles Miller. I don't remember. Where am I? Chris says, I have to rewatch the new Spider-Man cartoon. They have so many cameos of characters from the comics. That's the funny thing. Like, I'm watching it. I don't know a lot of the obscure ones. Like, after 2 episodes, I was like, I love Lonnie. And then someone commented, like, Lonnie turns into Tombstone. And I know who Tombstone is, but I had no idea who, like, the human was that turned into him. And now I feel so bad because Lonnie and Peter are, like, best friends in this cartoon. True is here. What's going on, True? I got your email from when I sent you the tracking number for the Agatha keychain. So it says it's supposed to get there on Thursday, but I think the last one I sent got there either next day or the day after. Oh my God, Chris. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. I forgot to mention at the beginning, like, I'm just testing the features. I wasn't expecting anyone to actually do it. There's things on here I've never used before, like showing the merch and stuff. I like added pin stuff. I don't even know what it looks like, but thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Chris said, let's test this. Haven't ever done this on YouTube. March on, brave soldiers. I really can't wait to see more of Yelena. Miss Black Widow so much it hurts. Yeah, I can't wait. That's why I'm kind of really, I'm looking forward to Doomsday and Secret Wars just because I need an Avengers. I was so disappointed that they stopped the every 3-year Avengers. I think that was their biggest mistake, is not giving us another Avengers in like 2022 or 23. But we're going to see them all. Like, we're going to see Alt Universe Black Widow for sure, I think. True says, I'll let you know when I get it. Thank you, thank you. Kira says, look at Topher-san throwing his money around like a 1%er. Oh, God. You all just have to know, when I put stuff up like this, you have no obligation to do it. I'm always testing some of these features. But I did update the Screen Sanctum shop a little bit. I changed the layout so it's like a smoother layout. And I updated some of the colors. Like the Kind Assassin tee, I made the little emblem gold so you could see it on a black shirt, because there were some colors you couldn't put it on. And I think that's about it. I took some things off. I'm trying to condense the website so it's not confusing. Shira, what's up? Shira said, I wish they did the real Secret Wars. That changed so much in the comics back in the 80s. I think the ending is going to be the same. I just think the lead up to it and the actual movie will be different, but I think what happens at the end will be similar. I think that's what's going to bring everything together. True says, did you guys notice Google Maps renamed Gulf? I thought it said that only Apple Maps did. Apple Maps, but it's so stupid. Kira says, yes, you would. Kira also said, True is here, welcome. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even understand how does something like we don't own the name Gulf of Mexico. Like how could we just change it? I don't know. I don't get into stuff like that. Oh, but I think you'll be able to hear my special effects now. I think I fixed something. The only thing I haven't fixed is um like my voice changer, but I think you'll be able to hear all of this. So where's the applause? You should be able to hear applause now. I figured out why it wasn't working the last time. And it was because I had it on the same track as my voice, and my voice has noise cancellation, and the noise cancellation was canceling out the sounds. So now it should be good. But anyways, what is everyone up to tonight? I really wish I got invited to a premiere. If any one of you guys have an in the movie industry, get me an invite. Kira says, bothers me that Orange Man still wants to take Canada and Greenland as well. He was the kid whose parents never took his toys away when he was bad. I think it was actually the kid whose parents ignored him. True says, LOL. I heard also a thing that Finland or Sweden, I think Sweden might have said they want to buy California. I was like, if that gives us universal health care, all right, why not? Shira says, no, I never get invited to those Marvel invite thingies. I'm so like jealous because everyone on my Twitter feed is like about to see the movie. And I'm just sitting here like, I got my 4,000 subs. Like, send me an invite. I would freaking love one. In my entire life, I was fortunate enough to only see one, not a premiere. It was like before the premiere. I forgot a screening. I saw a screening of the first Disenchanted, but they didn't tell us. I think when we went to see it, they didn't tell us what we were seeing. I think they said you're going to see like a live action fantasy movie. And then we got there and it was Disenchanted. Shira says, no, I never got invited to I read that already. True says, I wish Canada would adopt Washington. Might as well, right? You're right there. Oh my God. I should oh, I could reply on here too. So if I hit that and then I hit that, I could say thank you. Oh, it's not working. Oh, it expired. I was wondering what that countdown was to the super chat. I only have a countdown timer to actually text reply. Anyways. So yeah, I think reviews will be trickling in. I think because the embargo ends at midnight. So I think the way some people are getting around it is by saying, my sources have said this movie is good. So it's like not technically not breaking the embargo. Someone posted something funny too. It was like Sam Wilson went on a run one day and now he has to fight a Hulk president. That's true. One day he went on a run by the Washington Monument and he met up with Captain America. So that was crazy. I went to a game store today, like a board game store that sells like toys and board games and stuff like that. And there's this game called Villainous. So they have like Marvel Villainous, and then they have Star Wars Villainous, and they have Disney Villainous. So it's a game where you play as a villain. It's a board game though, and I was thinking about buying it. I might pick that up at some point, but for right now, the trivia should work whenever I get a chance to do that. Chris says, I'd move back to New York to be up by Canada. Maybe they'd adopt us too. I don't think New York, I mean, New York is fine. Just moving, I mean, besides the cost of living, obviously. But let me check my stream health. Stream is healthy at 641. 641, YouTube is not currently receiving data. Oh, because I wasn't even live. So why is it? That's weird. But the stream is healthy. Analytics is looking good. Okay. Participants. All right. Yeah, it was weird. I was just reading my stream health at 641. It says no data, and I've never gotten that before because I wasn't I wasn't sending any data. But it doesn't matter. Everything is all good. If you could see my shirt, it says I love Los Angeles. Oh, let me go this way. I was at they were doing an event at the Palladium here to raise money for the fires, and I was there. It was pretty cool. What's his name? John C. Riley was the MC. I think he was wasted. Fred Armisen was there. Haley Williams was there. There was a couple people there. It was fun. Kira says, YouTube blocked the word blue state. We truly are under the eyes of Big Brother. I don't understand this because I'm supposed to be the one to allow stuff. Like, it's so weird. It's supposed to say, do you want to allow this? And then I'm supposed to be like, yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Yeah, it's so weird. No. Oh, top chat. What's this? This is just that. Let me see live chat. So I went to the live chat. Yeah, I'm still so confused as to why it's not allowing me to moderate. It's weird. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go on this chat as under my personal account. Oh, I can't. Shoot. Oh, well. Anyways, Chris says, it's okay. We'll have to create an underground railroad of defiance. Yeah, this live stream is a speakeasy. It's our little personal speakeasy. I don't know if everyone knows, but I posted this coming Tuesday, I'm going to watch Mallrats. I'm not sure if the kind assassin's going to watch. She might, but she's not 100% into the comedy of Clerks. So I don't know, but this Tuesday is going to be Mallrats for sure, whether it's both of us or just me. Yeah. Where's the kind assassin is in the living room. I don't know if you all follow her account, but she was live streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey about an hour and a half ago. So she's going through. We beat the original game, so now she's live streaming the DLC. So typically, like once a night, she'll be live streaming. Once she's finished with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think she's moving on to what's after Odyssey. I think she's restarting Ghost of Tsushima. And then she might live stream that. And when we get Assassin's Creed Shadows, we typically do live stream like the very beginning of the game because it's fun to just start. But anyways, she's in the living room. Chris says, Mallrats is funny, but it still has one of the grossest jokes that I'm surprised made it through a Hollywood filter. It's like, excuse me, Clerks was funny. It's just you have to like that kind of humor. Like, one, it's from 30 years ago, right? And two, it's just like teenage boy humor. So I found it funny. The kind assassin she did find it funny, but it just, to her, just felt like that's all it was, you know? But again, it's following two people. So how many different brands of comedy can a movie have when it's only showing you two people? So, but when we watched, I think we watched the trailer or we were just reading up on Mallrats, and I don't think it's going to be as raunchy, I think, as Clerks. Because from what I remember, not every character in that universe is like Jay and Silent Bob or the guys from Clerks. They have different personalities. But we could still do a sad trombone. I'm just browsing Twitter to see if anyone is breaking another person. So someone wrote, "This movie was actually really good. I'm so serious." That's kind of breaking the embargo. 'Cause I think it's 12 midnight Eastern. But Kira says Clerks was artistic despite the potty jokes, and it was an exploration of the service industry because customers are dumb and aren't always right. Oh, yeah, we both agreed that the movie was good. Like the premise of it. I enjoyed the fact that so much crap. Like my favorite recurring joke of that was probably with everyone. It's probably cliche. Is Dante like, I'm not even supposed to be here today? Like that's what kind of made it for me. Like he was nice enough to go in on his day off, and his day went to shit. Like if he didn't go to work, he would have had probably the most wonderful day of his life. But all of that crap happened on the day he was off and was nice enough to actually like go in for someone. So I enjoyed that. Um, for some reason, I always thought they both worked at the convenience store. I didn't realize that the other kid worked at the movie store and was just always in the convenience store. So that kind of makes it funnier. But it was nuts to see Clerks 1 was like 1994, Clerks 2 is 2006, and Clerks 3, I think, was 2022. Kira says, "Is there going to be a quiz that I haven't studied for again tonight? True will win again." I still have those trivia cards. I mean, we could always do a fun trivia night. I don't have anything to give away today, though. I don't. I have been researching thank you cards, though. So I'm kind of trying to design the back, and then I'll send some thank yous. Oh, I got to look at the Google Drive to see who gave distribution list information. Blips, Maury, Braley, and then I have True. I know William. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. What's that? That's that. That's that. Chris says, I'm running a fever and met it up, so I'm not going to be able to answer questions. You should be. Oh, man. You are amazing, sir. That's probably why you sent the $5. You don't know where you are. But we all wish you the best to get better, and you probably should be laying down. But thank you for hopping on to chat with us for a weekly. I will be. Oh, well, I am going to see Captain America Thursday. There is a fan event tomorrow that I could go to in IMAX, but I don't think I'm going to go. And then Friday, I will be in Disneyland. It was a coincidence that I got Valentine's Day, that I booked Valentine's Day for Disneyland, but we'll be there. True says, poor Chris, I hope you feel better soon. The fever is making him not his normal bad Chris. He's good Chris now because of his fever. Dan, dan, dan. Shira says, really hope the Falcon Captain America movie does well. That's what well, I read it's projected to make its budget back worldwide the first weekend. It's projected, I think, to make like, yeah, like $200 million the first weekend. So I can't see it bombing. Like it's not going to make $1 billion. This isn't $1 billion franchise. The only Captain America movie to make $1 billion was Civil War, which was basically an Avengers, right? Um, Winter Soldier made 700 million, but like Captain America, he's not Superman, he's not Batman, he's not Spider-Man. Even when it's Steve Rogers, like Captain America is not supposed to make $1 billion. But if it makes like 650, can it make as much as Quantumania? I would hope so. As long as it doesn't flop. That's really all. And as long as it's a good movie. True, sends $2. Thank you, True. You do not need to increase the amount, but I think when you click the little dollar and you click on super chat, let me see. It'll say $2. And then right on the bottom, there's a little bar you could move to the right. So it goes $2, $5, $10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Kira says that's still a lot of evil Topher. We might need you to up your pills. Shira says, yes, true for the win. Oh my God. Yeah, Chris says, I can't focus my evil powers when under the influence. We have a tame Chris. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm not an executive. Like when I was younger, I used to look at the box office, but it's like, what do I care? Even if a movie breaks even, like what do I actually care? If a studio is willing to spend, and I want to preface, I really wish these movies could have smaller budgets so they don't have to make $800 million. Like an Ant-Man movie, like Quantumania cost a lot of money to make. You're putting a lot of pressure on freaking Ant-Man. Like if you say, oh, we spent $250 million to make Ant-Man, it has to make $800 million or $750 million to be successful. That's a lot of pressure for Ant-Man. Like an Ant-Man movie should not cost a lot of money. The first two movies were perfect to me because I loved how all the other movies were like big villains, but Ant-Man was just, oh, I'm in San Francisco. I have to fight somebody here, and I'm with my friends and my family. That's what made Ant-Man for me. So as much as I enjoyed Quantumania, I missed the family feeling, just the feeling of being small, like a small movie in San Francisco where his best friends were helping him and his family was there. But anyway, Chris says, nice, true. Boomhauer's here. Boom is always on the Kind Assassin video game live streams too. We see you, Boom. We're just not like, we don't, obviously sometimes we don't have a mic, but when she is mic'd up, she'll always say hi. Matthias, what's going on? Matthias is here. Braley, what's going on, Braley? I could make Ant-Man for like $50 with my iPhone and some random ants, maybe. Yeah, like I'm saying, that's the thing, and it's probably mostly on social media because it's not like real life problems. Just everyone thinks every movie needs to make $1 billion. And there are literally very few that should. Avengers should make $1 billion. A Justice League movie should make $1 billion. Spider-Man should be close. Like I know No Way Home made like 2 billion, but obviously every Spider-Man was in there. That's a once in a lifetime. But Spider-Man should make 800 plus. Superman, I think, should make 800 plus. I think Batman should. Wonder Woman should. Fantastic Four, probably. But besides them, like just because Iron Man 3 or 2 or 3 made $1 billion doesn't mean it should always do that. Like they're not super popular characters. Braley says No Way Home was so good. Oh, I love No Way Home. Chris says, that's right. We didn't see you last week. Matthias, you must have been super busy. Boom says, darn, the gang's all here. Sweet. Matthias, Chris B, most of the time difference, I think. Probably. So again, I'm not a stickler on how much they spend on movies because it's like, I want a movie. If they're willing to spend a ridiculous amount on it, like, okay. But then there's just too much pressure to make it back. So that's why it's cool that the horror genre is like really picking up now because those movies will cost, I don't know, like 10 or $20 million to make. And then it'll make like $100 million. That's like 5 times the budget. Or if it makes 200, like it'll be 10 times the budget. and you could just keep making more horror movies. Like, that's cool. Boomhauer says, we are so behind on the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're kind of pumping it a little bit, even though this was my theory or my viewpoint when they said they were going to kind of give us less stuff. Every streaming service obviously raises the prices, right? So I'm like, if you're going to raise the price for Disney Plus, but you're going to give me less Marvel, like, I understand you want good products, but I was never complaining about the amount because I'm paying for this. So you want to give me 4 movies and 5 shows? All right. Just make sure they're pretty good, to be honest. Kira says, good to have you, Boom. Oh, there is this thing also. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know if you could hear this, but it's like whenever Chris says something bad, you could censor him like. Shira says, hoping Fantastic Four delivers. I'm having positive feelings. That was a really nice teaser trail they gave us. It looks really good. So, and it's nice that even though we know Doomsday is coming and we're still in the multiverse, that it still seems like it's its own thing within its own, like, if even in this movie, Captain America coming up, it takes place in the main timeline. So, anything could happen. Someone could just show up. Like Doctor Doom could show up, or something, because it's just multiverse. But even though that's in its own universe, it still feels like it's its own little movie. And that's nice. True says, I've never seen a single Marvel movie. Oh, wait. I saw the first Star-Lord movie. Does that count? Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was actually the first MCU movie I saw in the theaters because I didn't start watching those movies until 2014. So, Iron Man up until the Winter Soldier, I watched over one weekend at home. Boom says one of the best. It is one of the best. Kira says, yeah, the Fantastic Four could come into our universe. Let's hope for good things and rocky things. Yeah, actually the main thing for me also when it comes to the movies is go back to the phase 1 post-credit scenes where if you show something at the end of the movie, that's the next movie. I mean, I love that they showed us Harry Styles' character. That's like Thanos' brother. But then they said they're not making another Eternal. So will we see him again? Who knows? Hercules in the last Thor. When are we going to see him again? We don't know. Probably if they make a Thor 5. Like, if Captain America has a post-credit scene that shows Doctor Doom, like from behind or something, or watching something, or the Fantastic Four, I think that's perfect because that's next. We know that's coming, right? Or something with Spider-Man. We know they have to make another Spider-Man movie at a certain time because Sony will lose the rights. Like, we know that's coming. Like, just make it simple. Sheer says the first Guardians was an accomplishment. Those characters used to be minor players in the comics. Yeah, see, that's a great point. Like, James Gunn is good at taking characters like that and making them popular. It's basically all he's really done with that and Suicide Squad and Creature Commandos. Like, he's really good at making a ragtag bunch of people. Like, the thing with Superman that's bothering me though is, and I have no doubt it's going to be a good movie, it's just there's so many characters in it. Like that Guy Gardner character, that Green Lantern Guy Gardner. Like, if you read the comics, like, everything about him, and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny that he's going to be in there. But if you're a general audience member, like say my brother, he might not watch the movie because he's like, that dude looks corny. Like Superman doesn't need to be an ensemble, though I have no doubt that James Gunn will make it good. Like Crypto is cool, but it's like I don't need Crypto to be cute to get me to see Superman. Like Superman is top 4. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man. He is a top hero. Like who does not know who Superman is? Everyone knows him. I don't need a cute character to get me to watch it. So you don't have to do your marketing campaign around a dog. Like he's not Baby Groot, right? Like we watched the first Guardians movie and we got a tree, we had a raccoon, and we had the characters and we enjoyed them. And then it's like, oh shoot, Groot died. Now he's Baby Groot, right? I didn't like you didn't go to the Guardians of the Galaxy to see the tree or to see the raccoon. You went there because you were interested and you left like, oh man, those characters were dope. Kira says it's difficult to deal with Chris Pratt now. He's gotten too big for his britches. It's funny because I don't ever hear from him anymore. Like he doesn't talk a lot, does he? Like when he's not in a Marvel movie, he's in like a Netflix movie. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just not watching the right things. Braley said that movie blew all our minds. We were expecting just to go see a movie, not experience a film like that. Yeah, and it was new. Like I do want, like I said this during like the Zack Snyder era. Like you have so many characters, give us new ones because we had gotten Superman, Wonder Woman. I didn't want Batman versus Superman. I just wanted a Batman movie before that. But we at least he gave us the trilogy. And then I was like, all right, give us more stuff. Then we got Aquaman. I'm not saying the movies were great. I'm just saying he was smart to start with the big 3. To me. Boomhauer says, evil Abed exists. His name is Stephen. Oh, God. Boom says, plus Pratt belongs to that church, Westboro. The people who go to funerals for cops and vets and blame homosexuals for their death. I think that was actually debunked or something. I always see people that say he's never actually said he gone there or something. Chris says, just finished Creature Commandos, was really impressed. Didn't like the Harley series or the movies. Couldn't take them seriously. They are talking about Elseworlds. See, Creature Commandos to me, I did like it. Did I need that to be my introduction to, because that's technically the beginning of the DCU. Like that is James Gunn's beginning. Did I need that to be connected or to be the first? No, because it works as a standalone right now. I'm sure we're going to see, what's her name? I forgot the woman's name that they kind of put in jail. Cersei. Like, I'm sure we're going to see Cersei again, but it was fun. Like, it was a cool animation, but never did I watch it. Did I say, oh, I can't wait to see this guy in live action? Well, actually, Dr. Phosphorus. I want to see Dr. Phosphorus, but I was just watching it for what it was. Braley says that's a good point. Chris says Creature Commando soundtrack is a 9 out. James Gunn doesn't miss with soundtracks. Boom says been waiting for my Gambit movie. Now I just heard someone say they greenlit Gambit, but it's not going to be Channing Tatum now. Matthias says, has any one of you ever played as an extra in a movie? It's quite fun to do. I recently did some thingies and a pretty big for Dutch. I never have. I would love to. Boom says, oh, really? I hope so. Again, it's just what I've read. Obviously, take anything you read on Twitter with a grain of salt. Boom says, my wife was an extra in Dazed and Confused. Really? That's awesome. But Thea says, like, it's so amazing to see the set and the way they film stuff. Also, the actors over here in the Netherlands are so sweet. I only ever met one person who was kind of an ass. Did they let you eat at the craft service table? Chris says, that episode of Community where Abed was an extra in Cougar Town. That was great. I would love to be in a movie. Oh, since we're talking about like movies and stuff, a lot of people always say stuff like, why does an actor get paid so much money? It's so easy, right? And I'm one of these people. When it comes to like actors and athletes, my motto is like an actor gets paid a lot of money, the studios are billionaires. Athletes get paid a lot of money, the owners are billionaires. So I don't want my a billionaire owner to be cheap with his players. Like back in the day, why did I go to Yankee games? I went to see A-Rod and I went to see Jeter. I didn't go to see the owner, right? So if you're making billions of dollars every year, yeah, give this dude $200 million because he's the reason why we're going. But anyways, I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Oh, when people say that acting isn't easy, there's a test you could do for this. Like during your day when you're like just doing your daily stuff and you're talking, if you catch yourself, try to say what you just said again, but pretend you're acting and it sounds ridiculous. Like it's hard to do it. Like acting is not easy. Let's see. Boom says, I have gone all Carl Weather. Oh, Carl Weathers. That's, you make a stew out of that. Matthias retracted a message. I'm curious to see what that said. Matthias said they'd actually come and talk with the extras and let us take pictures. Like actually generally good people. I never expected that vibe. Shira said, guard your country, Matthias. We will try to distract that orange leader from taking over. Boom says, super jealous. Kira says, Joey was an extra in an adult film in a Friends episode. Maybe start there. Oh, I have another fun fact. And this isn't something because I like read it. I just remember this from when I was a child. I swear to God, I remember this. If you're my age, I guess like 40 minimum from the United States, it has to be a United States thing, I think. The guy who plays Joey Tribbiani in Friends was in a Heinz ketchup commercial. And I remember the commercial. It starts on the roof of a building and there's like a hot dog man. So I think he goes to the roof with a glass bottle of Heinz, opens it, puts it on the ledge, so it like slowly drips out. Then he runs down the stairs, gets his hot dog, and then the ketchup goes on the hot dog. I am not making this up. If anyone else remembers that, please. Lathia says, ha, Trump couldn't handle Dutch directness. He'd be offended at the first thing we say. He's a, yeah. And the victim roll the whole day. Bingo. Shira says, makes me want to visit there even more. Braley says, this is where I come to avoid all Trump talk. I literally can't escape him. Yeah, it's new. It's only the first month. Chris says, babyface Joey. I saw that commercial on YouTube where the celebrate first time appearance. See, I'm not going crazy. Like, it's crazy because I vividly remember that. Oh, man. Those were the days. A-list actors in regular commercials. Oh, man. So before you hopped on, Braley, Tuesday coming up, we're going to be watching Mallrats in Discord. Where is my studio? Here it is. Shira says, we're sorry. It's just that he's like an STD that all the world's penicillins won't make go away. And Shira is level 6. Congratulations. I wish I had a thing like a cheering. Do I have cheering? Oh, yeah, I do have. You could do this. Applause for Shira. If you could hear it, hopefully you can. Boom says, Shira, go if you can. The Dutch are great people who actually kind of like Americans. It's a beautiful country. Did everybody hear the applause? Boomhauer. Ooh, hey, love you too. All right. Where am I? Let's go back to Twitter. Let's see if anyone's breaking the embargo. All right. Nothing yet. All right. One person says enjoyable. All right. Not a lot of stuff up yet. Damn, man. So many people are seeing it. I'm jealous. All right. I'm back. Chris says level 6 or level sec. Oh, I think Chris is feeling better. Like the joke in American Lampoon's European. True, heard. All right, cool. So my effects are working. Althea says, and we do not always like Americans, but we like good people, and Americans can be good people too. Yes. No discrimination. Althea says, or whatever nationality. Kira says, yes. Chevy Chase as the dad when he knocks on the door of that German family. Excuse me, my family and I are looking for sex when he meant 6. I remember I had never seen the Chevy Chase Lampoon movies, and then 2 years ago, I think I watched all of them back to back to back with the kind assassin. I mean, I'm sure everyone was, but I was sad that the son wasn't in the second one, but obviously he was this ridiculous star at that point and he was doing other things. Ding, 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 ding. Chris says, my most important goal when I travel would be to honor the country I'm visiting. Friends have said some Americans are so loud and rude. We are. Some of us definitely are. Matthias recently rewatched the Community episode where Chevy wanted a trailer. Oh my god. I remember that one. I really need some time to rewatch Community on my own because it was fun reacting to it, but I would love to be in a watch party with that or do a watch party for Community. I think it's really cool that the Community official YouTube channel actually shows their episodes. Let's see. Someone said it is a good movie. Okay. I'm just reading. Bryan Cranston has been offered to star in Invincible multiple times, but has declined every time. That has become our tradition, and his tradition is that he turns us down. A lot of people complaining about the amount of celebrities who voice the actors, who voice the characters in Invincible. There are a lot of celebrities who do it. Shearer says, Chevy was such a sour, miserable piece of shit as he got older. It's funny how his legacy would be one of, like, I mean, part of his legacy is he's one of the best that's ever done it, but he's also an asshole. Like, that goes along with his legacy. He could have had such a smooth legacy if he was just tolerable. Boomhauer says, oh, there are so many layers of jokes that every time we watch it, we see new stuff. Damn, there's a lot of people from the Marvel movies in at the premiere. So this says Brave New World is tracking to earn about 95 million domestic. So that's good. It would be it's funny though, and it's like it's the biggest opening so far. Like we're only 2 months in. Dun, dun, dun. Oh man, it's 7:50 already. when we're chatting like this, the time just, I mean, the time flies by on these anyway, but like when everyone's here and we're all talking, it goes by super fast. Dun, dun, dun. Can't believe freaking, as much as I've been saying it's been way too long since we had an Avengers movie, the Doomsday films next month. It's going to be crazy with set leaks. Kira says, this is going to sound controversial, but Invincible was better as a comic. The animated series is just a cartoon version of The Boys. I've never read the comic. I've heard some people say that. But isn't Invincible first? Wasn't like The Boys a copy of Invincible? Athea says, so you guys know the island belonging to Britain called the Isle of Man, in case Trump wants to buy it. Let's rename it the Isle of whomever you choose to identify with. Then he wouldn't want it. You ain't lying. Dun, dun, dun. I'm curious what all your opinions of the Knives Out movies are. I know a lot of people think they're like the greatest movies ever. And I don't tell people what to like. But when you say something's like the greatest or the best of something, that's like a little bit different. They're good, but to me, like they're Agatha Christie. Like it's not a new concept. It's like Murder on the Orient Express or Death on the Nile. Oh, we actually recently watched Haunting of Venice. That shit was spooky. Boom says, the comic is so disturbing. I watched a 3-hour breakdown and never gets better. Chris says, speaking of Britain, I'd really like to see Henry Cavill as Captain Britain or Britannic as he was later called. I'm sure he's going to be something. Boom says, like the first one, haven't seen the second. Sheer says, Knives Out was amazing, a good rewatch film. Yeah, like they were good. I enjoyed it. All right. I think actually when my stream ends is when the embargo ends. Dun, dun, dun. Anne Hathaway joyful at the Super Bowl. Anne Hathaway is like a celebrity that nobody hates. Lathea says, Venice, anything set in Venice is spooky. Canals that aren't straight like in Amsterdam's count me in. Yeah, that was the Kenneth Branagh, his Agatha Christie trilogy that he did was Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and the third one was a couple of years ago, A Haunting in Venice. And I really like that one, and I really hope he does more Agatha Christie novels. Lathea says, I know I'm not straight, but our canals are. Boomhauer says, rewatch A Fish Called Wanda, still hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen that. I do not think I've ever seen A Fish Called Wanda. Dun, 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 dun. Shearer says, Jamie Lee Curtis was so hot in that film, I did not even know she was in it. Let's see the cast before we get to 8 p.m. John Cleese, Kevin Kline. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis actually played Wanda. Okay. I didn't know that. So John Cleese was in it and Cynthia Cleese was in it. I'm guessing they're related. I always confuse A Fish Called Wanda with Splash. She doesn't turn into a fish in that movie, right? In A Fish Called Wanda? Boom says she was and still is. Chris says, I'd swim in Henry Cavill's chin dimples too. Oh man, this would be a conversation the kind of Sassa would love. She loves Henry Cavill. Boom says, hell yeah, Splash was great. But I'm just curious. Why is it called The Fish Called Wanda? Let's see. I'm reading. It's a heist comedy. Blah, blah, blah. The film follows a gang of diamond. Oh, see, just by the title of this movie, I would not have guessed it was a heist movie. I think Splash, it had to be around the same time. So A Fish Called Wanda, 1988, it made $188 million worldwide. That's a lot. I just wanted to see like kind of what it was about. Now that I know it's a heist movie, I thought it was a movie about a fish. Like, to be honest. But it says fish should be named Blub. A blub called Wanda? So is it like oceans? Let's see. Where is my. Oh, if I tell a good joke and do that, if I tell a bad joke, get crickets. Thea says, today I went to a coffee shop, the place people go in the Netherlands to relax and have weed, and they had an aquarium. That's cool that you could go have coffee and smoke a little weed. Speaking of coffee, a week or two ago, we went to a coffee shop and we try to go once a week, but two weeks in a row, we went to a coffee shop that served honey lattes. And I usually get something new, but I got it both times. Now I'm addicted. We make honey lattes like every day at home, every morning, honey latte. Or I'll make a coffee and just put honey in it. It's so freaking good. The espresso or the coffee beans kind of transforms the honey taste to like a creamy taste. God, it's good. Matthias says, like, such a smart idea that'll keep them busy. Boomhauer says, went to one in Rotterdam that had an aquarium theme. You in Rotterdam? Matthias says, oh no. Oh, no way you've been to Rotterdam. That's cool. No, I'm from the capital. Mm-mm-mm. Oh. Oh man. I think I might go to the mall tomorrow. Meet my friend for coffee. And if I watch a show, I'll probably maybe edit it in the coffee shop. I like Phil's coffee. They have good coffee. Chris says there's a game on S Team called Coming Out on Top, and you get to name a goldfish. I call them fish. Boomhauer's been to both. Two great cities, very different vibes. I've never been, but I want to. Wow, YouTube blocked the word S Team? There's a game on. Oh, you were saying stream? I don't understand this. I'm gonna have to get with my. Luckily, since I'm monetized, I get quick access to an agent. I have to ask them why things that are being blocked aren't allowing me to say no, not. So let me see. Or I'll write the same thing. There's a game on. Okay. there's a game on Steam called Coming. Where am I? I'm lost. Out on Top. So apparently I could type it, but you all cannot type it. Is that censorship? Is anyone going to buy the new Switch? I don't think I am. I'll have to wait first. They're saying it's as powerful as a PlayStation 4, which is good for what the Switch is. Like, I know it's always a little bit behind, but I only ever play like Mario games and Donkey Kong, and I know it's not going to be backwards compatible. So it depends. Maybe what I'll do is I'll trade in my Switch for a new one, but I'm not going to be like day one. Boom says, we move there in a heartbeat if they let us. Kira says, works for you, Steve. Maybe the internet was built to block out everything Chris says. Like the YouTube algorithm already knows about him. Oh my God, that's so funny. Hilarious. Oh man, oh man. True says, I want to get the Valve Steam Deck OLED. Boomhauer says, that shit pisses me off. Everything should be backwards compatible. Hold on, I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing. The new Switch is backwards compatible. I meant to say, since the new games, I don't think you could play the new Switch games on the old Switch. You could play the old Switch games on the new one. That's what I was saying. So it would be like them allowing you to play a PlayStation 5 game on a PlayStation 4. So I used the wrong words. It is backwards compatible. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Chris says, hey now, I will not stand for this abuse. I'm laying down. So bite me. Althea says, I hear that so often. I wish our government wouldn't be so strict on immigration. We actually have shortages in some sectors. We need people. I'll just show up and not leave. Oh man, it's 8 o'clock already. Chris says, I'd move over there in a second. We'll take my artistic talents to a country that'll appreciate them. Oh man. Oh, so this was a fast hour. And I'm getting tired. And I'm kind of interested in just relaxing on my phone and checking out what people are thinking about the new Captain America. So I am going to peace out. Peace out. So I get a sad trombone, but ooh, this was good. This was like fast action. Oh, I didn't even notice. I missed the Braley says I like them all. I love them all. So we'll be back Tuesday. Remember, in Discord, I'll be watching Mallrats. And if I'm out there with the Kind Assassin, I'll be doing the vertical live stream on YouTube to talk to everyone who's not in the Discord. If I'm watching it on my own, I might just watch it here. And maybe I'll have a horizontal YouTube live stream. But we will be watching the movie in Discord. So that is it. I'm sleepy. I hope everyone has a great night. And I will see you next week. And once again, if I do, just keep an eye out. If I do an impromptu video game stream, feel free to hop on. And I feel like tomorrow, the Kind Assassin, find her channel. She'll be live streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey probably tomorrow or maybe later today. Who knows? But we're always streaming video games. So on that note, thank you again. Thank you to Chris and True for donating. I appreciate it. And yeah, check out the merch store if you want to get a hat or something, everyone, and then send the picture. But I'll see you next week or this weekend. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Peace, guys.